Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the first video of 2025. I know a little bit late, but nonetheless, it is here. If you're new here, hi, I'm Daniela and you're watching Through the Looking Glass. And in this channel, I talk about what it's like to live with chronic illnesses. So if you're new, welcome. I am so happy to see you here and I hope you stay a while. This video is not scripted at all. We are totally gonna wing it. I do have a couple of notes on my computer here, so you might see me looking down. I wanted to start with a little bit of statistics about the channel. I thought that would be fun. I pulled some numbers here from YouTube and I was counting the number of videos that I published in 2024 and I was shocked. I published 62 videos this year. Whoa. How did I manage to do that? I honestly don't know. I guess I just kept going. The channel got 642,100 views. Wow. That is a lot of views. I gained 14,200 new subscribers. That is tripling what I started at the beginning of the year. But the interesting thing is, even though the channel tripled in size of number of subscribers, it did not triple in size of views per video. So at the beginning of the year, I was getting between 200 and 300 views per video in the first week. And then that considerably drops and then you get little bits of views here and there. Maybe over the course of a year, I'll get another 100 views. Now I am getting between 300 and 600 views per video. Now, if you know anything about YouTube and the YouTube algorithm, the way I understand is that you publish a video and YouTube sort of tests it out. So there are a few metrics that are important with YouTube. The first thing that happens, it's called impressions. What is an impression? An impression is every time that YouTube shows your thumbnail to a user. It doesn't matter if you click it, but if it's showed in your feed or in the suggested videos beside, if it kind of has the opportunity for you to glance over my thumbnail, that's an impression. Then after that, the second metrics is the click-through rate. Out of all these people who saw your thumbnail, how many actually clicked in your video? And then after that is the retention rate. Of the people who clicked in your video, how long did they watch? What percentage of the video they watched? And so if you have a good click-through rate and you have a good retention rate, that tells YouTube that people are enjoying your videos. They are clicking on it, they're watching it, and therefore it should increase the impressions. YouTube should show your thumbnail or your videos to more people. So I have, compared to other channels, a very good click-through rate and I have a very good retention rate. Thank you guys for watching my videos. But what I do not have is a good impression rate, which is kind of weird because if those other metrics are telling YouTube that I have good quality videos that people actually watch, it should try to show it to more people. And if it's not, it kind of tells me that YouTube is a little bit confused on who to show my videos to. That makes a big difference in the number of views I get, because if YouTube is not presenting my videos for people to click, then people are not going to click. So that has been a little bit disappointing this year because, as you can see by the 62 videos that I published this year, I have put a lot of effort and time and energy into this YouTube channel. I did not see the results back that I would expect for the amount of time I'm putting in. Now, let me tell you that I am so grateful for the views that I get, the community that I built. So that's another metric as well, is engagement rate. And the engagement rate is out of the people who watched or clicked on your video, how many liked it and how many commented. And I have an extremely high engagement rate. Thanks to you guys. Thanks for this community being a strong, solid community. So I really don't understand why YouTube is not presenting my channel to more people. So if you know anybody who you think would benefit from the content, please share the videos with them. Like the videos, comment to keep that strong engagement rate, to see if maybe 2025 I will get more views on my videos. So why am I concerned about the number of views on my videos? Well, first, the more views my videos get, the stronger of a community we're able to build. And second, the more money I make. So let's talk about this a little bit. If you don't have YouTube Premium, I believe it's called, where you pay a membership, you will see ads throughout my videos, and YouTube gets paid to display those ads. And if your channel is monetized, which you have to have a certain minimum requirements in order for your channel to be monetized, you get a percentage, very small, may I say, but you do get a percentage of those advertisements. And that's called AdSense. And AdSense is based on the number of views. You get paid per view. So just so that you have an idea, a video that gets 500 views, I may get $5. So if I am putting out 4 videos a month and I get an average of 500 views on each of those videos, I am making $20 a month. Now, in order for you to monetize, there's a few things that need to happen. You have to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have a minimum of 4,000 watch hours in the previous 364 days. 365 days? 365. Yeah. The previous year. So I meet those 2 previous criteria. And the other thing is that you can't violate any copyright. So I can't simply just choose a music that I like a trendy music, and put it on my videos and have it monetized. YouTube will copyright that video and you won't be able to monetize. So how do people come around this? When they have music in their videos. And if you haven't noticed before, unless it's a sit-down video, most of my videos heavily have music in it. And the way you go around this is to pay a subscription to a music subscription that has a selection of music that you can choose from. It will give you the copyright to use that music so that you can monetize that particular video. And those things cost money. Another thing that I use as well, that I pay a subscription for, is a graphic design software. I use Canva, and that's where I do all my thumbnails, because we all know that thumbnail is one of the most important things, because if people look at your thumbnail but they don't click, they're never gonna get a chance to even decide if it's a good video or not. So the first screening that YouTube does is are people clicking or not on this video? So having a good thumbnail is important. So that's another subscription. And then there's obviously equipment, lights, microphones, and those kind of things that I am always upgrading and experimenting. I have a GoPro, I have a drone, I have an iPhone, I have lights, I have a microphone, those kind of things. I need to make at least a little bit of money on YouTube to pay for those costs. Otherwise, it is costing me to make videos for YouTube. Just for full disclosure here, in the year of 2024, I made a total of $1,299.78. If I tell you that I lost money last year with all sad things, I'm not lying. Like, you think that almost $1,300 that you would sort of made a little bit of profit out of there? I did not. That is the truth behind YouTube. So I put a post on my community tab. If you guys had any questions for this video, I'm gonna need glasses for that. Okay, so Jessica asked me, how hard is it to see yourself when you're editing, especially when you're not feeling well and when you had a bad day? How do you deal with that? That seems incredibly difficult to me. It takes so much strength and courage to do that. Thank you, Jessica, for acknowledging that. So there's different stages of getting used to the camera. So initially, even when I had a good day, was hard for me to be in front of the camera. I was the kid who grew up running away from camera and not letting myself be photographed. I remember when I was 13, 14, my best friend's dad got a camcorder, like the really big ones that you put on the shoulder to make like family videos. And I remember running away from that camera like it was the devil. Like, there is no footage of me like when I was younger. Speaking to the camera and then looking at myself, like listening to my voice and looking at all my flaws, because when you're editing, you're going over the footage over and over and over. And there is no way that you're not gonna notice all the wrinkles and all the sagginess and all the imperfections and, you know, your voice and all that. So it was difficult. It was strange at first, but very quickly I got used to it. And I think it's a great exercise in acceptance. And I don't put makeup to film. I don't do my hair. Disclaimer, I did do this for this video. I did curl my hair a little bit and I put some gloss, but most of my vlogs, you will see that it is as real as it gets. I'm like in sweatpants with my hair unbrushed, no makeup, dark under the eyes, you get it all. Sit down videos, I tend to like, you know, put a little lip gloss and kind of brush my hair and put like a nice top, but the vlogs are real. Now, the second or the other part of the question was like when I'm having a bad day, when I film flare days, and or even like when my dog passed, and you know, like the sad videos, those are extremely hard to edit because I relive it, right? But also, it's a way for me to process it. So as hard as it is, it forces me to process what happens. It is very healing as well. It is hard, you're right, but it is healing. Let me tell you what it's harder: to be disciplined or convince yourself to pick up the camera and film when you're not feeling well. That is hard. That is hard. And there are so many flares and so many hard moments that you guys have never seen light of day because I simply did not pick up the camera. And then there's also like the backlash. I did post a short of me having a mast cell reaction, and there are the negative comments. There's people that says this doesn't belong on the internet, like, you know, you shouldn't be posting this. And so it's kind of hard, like, to how much to share, to what extent to share. The way I see it is that nobody's forcing people to watch anything. If you don't want to watch sad vlogs, then don't. If you really want to watch positive vlogs, I have a bunch of those. Watch all my travel ones, all my trip ones, all, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many that are good, positive vibe. But that's not real life. Real life is not just all good and fun. You know, there are a lot of hard moments, especially when you live with chronic illness. There's a lot of struggles. And I feel I would be doing a disfavor by only showing the good. I think people feel seen and heard and not so alone because they see that, okay, I'm not the only one who have those days and feel that way. So I will continue to share. I try to do my best. I'm getting better at picking up the camera when I'm having hard moments. From Jane, you look nice. Not relating to how you feel, I know. Yes, thank you. I was wondering if you could go over the medicines you take and when you take it. I did do, and I'll link it up here, I did do a vlog of all the medications that I take to manage my fibromyalgia. That has changed. I have actually changed some of the medications, reduced or cut out some of the medications. So Jane, I will do an updated version of what I take, the medications that I take. I just filmed a short vlog of going through all my symptoms during a day and what I do, but that's not a comprehensive one. So I will do like a separate one where I actually go over everything that I take right now. Now I want to talk about some of the overall year achievements. So 2024 was a big year in a sense that I tried some new things that I hadn't done before. Thanks to you guys, thanks to your encouragement, I started writing. I started to receive a lot of positive feedback from you guys when I started experimenting with voiceover. And I was doing sort of essay-like kind of voiceovers, and you guys responded really well to that. And that encouraged me to continue writing. And so I ventured into the world of writing. And that was a big change for me. In September of last year, I started my newsletter Substack, and I post almost weekly, maybe every 2 weeks there. And I write a lot of essays there, a lot of personal reflections. And I know not all of you guys enjoy reading or have the energy to read. So I started to turn some of those essays into video form. And so this is a new series that I started in December, and I only so far posted one, but it's like my essay series, and basically I just read it out loud, the essay, so that people can just listen to it or watch rather than reading it. Substack also opened an opportunity for some of you to support me a little bit financially, because Substack has an option of having a free membership and a paid membership. Most of my posts are free posts. Every now and then I do a post that is only for paid subscribers. But I believe that most people who are supporting me with a Substack membership are just supporting my work in general. It's just a way to say thank you, I appreciate the work you put in, and I just want to support you. They're not necessarily paying the membership to get a lot of extra content. Maybe I can change that in the future. I still need to think about what that would look like. But at the beginning, like I would say, okay, those posts are going to be paid, those posts are going to be free. And then I would write a really good paid post, and I would be like, okay, I want everybody to have access to this. Like, I don't want just the people that are supporting me to be able to read this. And I ended up putting it for all the subscribers because I know that there is really good value there. So if you are still supporting me on Substack and you're not getting that many exclusive content, I appreciate you continuing to support me. If you can't support me anymore, I totally understand that, because I also go through ups and downs financially, and I've supported other creators in the past, and I don't necessarily always support the same creators. Sometimes I sort of rotate. And so that is totally fine. But I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate those of you who are supporting me there, because as you can see, I don't make very much money on YouTube. If you are interested in checking out Substack, which I highly, highly recommend, I will leave the link in the description below. And like I said, you can just be a free subscriber. All right, what else happened this year? Oh my gosh, the book. So the same thing as Substack, out of the encouragement of you guys saying that, you know, a lot of like some of the things that I was saying in my videos, you guys were saying, oh, you should turn this into a book. Initially, I was like, there's no way. I can't write a book. Like, writing a book is for writers. I'm not a writer. But I really enjoyed putting my thoughts on paper. And so I just did, even if it was just going to be for myself. Like, I wasn't seriously thinking that I would write a book. But in the summer, I had so much down, and I started to think that maybe I could turn into a book. And a lot of it was like more like free form poetry. And then I'm like, okay, so what do I do with this? Like, this is not like a regular book. It's not a self-help book. It's not a fiction. It's not an autobiography. Like, what is this? And the closest thing that I could come up with was poetry. So then I started to study a little bit poetry and formats and things like that. And I had done, I think, maybe a semester of poetry in school in the past. So I had a little bit of exposure to poetry and the different formats and things like that. And so I experimented a little bit with that in the book. But to be honest, free form is what I really love, because it gives you complete freedom to really put your thoughts and reflections on paper without worrying about structure. So though it was fun to have some with structure, and you can, if you understand poetry, you can tell, okay, this is this kind of poetry. Most of it's free form, and that's what I enjoy the most. I have to say that I could not stop writing, and I have been continuously writing, and I am accumulating another pile of it. I'm excited. And now I have more experience. I have more experience with writing. I have more experience with the publishing process. So 2025, there will be a second book coming. By the way, if you purchased my first book, thank you so much for the support. It is amazing to see you guys investing in what I created and enjoying it and giving me feedback. And if you did buy the book, I would really, really appreciate a Amazon review, because the more reviews I have there, the more Amazon will recommend my books to other people that don't necessarily follow my journey and my channel. The other thing that I wanted to cover is health-wise. So what happened health-wise this year? Let's just do a little sum up. Well, I got 2 extra diagnoses, both of them autoimmune disorders. So that was fun, but that also brought a lot of answers. I actually flew to Brazil to get one of those diagnoses. I'll leave the link for the videos here, the ones that I'm referring to. So I do have a vlog of me going to Brazil to see my rheumatologist there. I saw lots of specialists this year. A different one that I hadn't seen before is a pain clinic here near my town, in the hospital, the university hospital here. And I had one appointment there, and we have a little bit of a plan of what to do. Like, some of my medications got changed, and I got referred to a sort of holistic program that they have, which I haven't started yet, but I am looking forward to that. I have an appointment in February with an occupational therapist. That's the thing here, is that there are resources, but they all take such a long time. Everything is just very, very slow. This year, I did a total of 5 MRIs, 2 X-rays, 4 ultrasounds, countless blood work. I think that was a record time for MRIs. Honestly, if you have ever been in an MRI machine, you know how loud that thing is and you cannot move. And the tests that I was doing were like 30 minutes long. So for me to lay flat on my back on a hard surface for 30 minutes without moving, that is torture. Absolutely torture, because my back hurts so much and the way that I cope with pain is with movement. So as you can tell, I am not a big fan of MRIs. I know my x-rays, they're super quick, ultrasounds, you can move, you know, that kind of stuff. But MRIs, I absolutely hate the thing. Let me know in the comments below if you ever had an MRI and how you feel about it. Trips. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I am an adventurer at heart. I love traveling. I love camping. I love going to new places and adventures. So in spite of all the challenges and all the pain and everything, I still managed to have quite a number of trips. In January, I went to see a childhood friend of mine in Washington, D.C. I'll put the vlog up here. She's a friend of mine of 35 years. I hadn't seen her in a couple of years. She's Brazilian, from Brazil, but she is living now in Washington, D.C. And so I took this opportunity to go see her. And so that was super fun. It was only like a weekend, but it was so nice to reconnect and just have that time, the two of us. So that was amazing. February, I managed to escape with my girls and a friend to Mexico. So I also leave the link up here. And that was such a burst of energy in the middle of winter. I get so drained in the winter, so drained. And it was sunny and it was dry and it was different and it was relaxing. So that was an amazing trip. I am planning on doing something similar with my girls this year, but we're thinking of going to Costa Rica, maybe at the end of February. So we'll see. In April, okay, this has been a big year in regards to dream destination coming true. I went to Thailand. Guys, that was a trip that I've been dreaming on for 30 years. That trip got canceled 3 or 4 times. 3 times, I think I went on the 4th time. But it did happen and it was all I hoped it to be. I am not posting just travel vlogs on this channel because of the whole YouTube algorithm. I don't want YouTube to get confused and start thinking that I'm posting like travel content and not know who to suggest my content to. If it is a travel vlog, but I am focusing on my journey, then I might post it here. But if it's just a travel vlog, then I will post on my travel channel. So if you haven't seen my travel channel, I'll leave the link in the description below. And there are a couple of videos there. There is my first video of the Thailand trip. There is a trip to Bahamas. And so I'm actually just now, almost a year later, working on the rest of the footage from Thailand. So I think I have 3 more videos that are gonna come out for Thailand, the islands and all that are gonna be posted on my travel channel. So if you'd like to see those, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube is probably not gonna be showing you those videos unless you have notifications. So if you're interested in seeing those vlogs, then head on to my other channel there. And then in May, so that was very, like, I did a trip in January, February, end of March, beginning of April. And then in May, I went to Brazil. I went to see the rheumatologist. That wasn't a vacation. That was all doctor's appointments and MRI appointments and ultrasound appointments. So I also leave the link for the vlog here. And then June came and I did one single camping trip with my van. I had so many plans, guys, to upgrade my van, to rebuild certain things, make it more functional. And summer was hard for me. Summer was really hard. I had so many flares. I was in so much pain and so fatigued. I did not have the energy to do anything with the van. And summer was also hard because my previous dog, I don't know if you remember Kayla, if you've been following me for a while, she was very sick with leukemia. And that summer is the summer that she passed. And so most of the summer we were taking care of her, taking her to the vet, giving her medication and that kind of stuff, and really just spending time with her. I was so afraid to go on a camping trip and she would be gone while I was gone. Like she would pass away while I was gone. So I basically didn't go away at all until after she passed. And so summer was a dark time. Summer was hard. There was a lot of grief there. There was a lot of sadness, and I got through it. September came and I finally managed to do one backcountry camping trip, which again, I wait every year for. It's a yearly tradition. I absolutely love getting into the wilderness. And that trip had been canceled several times through the summer because of my dog, because of weather, because of my symptoms. And so we just happened to have a week in September that everything worked out. I was doing okay-ish. They had space available and the weather was good and everything just seemed to work out. And that is something that I learned this year, is to keep an eye open for those opportunities. Sure, I do love planning. I think planning is fun. It's part of the fun to plan, but to be completely open to changing plans and canceling plans, but also to be alert to those opportunities that sometimes you can just make things happen without planning. And that happened in October again, when I did a very last minute camping trip to the United States. I went to a state park in New York. I also have this video here, and that was one of the most fun trips I've had camping in a while. It was not planned at all. Another big thing that happened in October was that we got a new puppy, Luna. I'll link the video up here. She's actually not my puppy. She's actually my son's puppy, but she's very much part of the house and everybody is in absolutely love with her. And she has brought so much joy to this house. Like, let me tell you, we were sad. We were a sad bunch here in this house. You could feel the energy. And Luna has brought so much love and happiness to us that I didn't even know I could have this again. So that was a big, fun kind of new addition to the family in October. Then November came. I don't know, the flares were hitting. After that trip to the States, I got myself into a big flare, as probably expected when you do stuff. And then the weather starts to get cold, the weather starts to turn, and I had a little bit of stress on me because I had decided to publish the book and I started to have commitments. I had a publishing date and I had asked my brother to do the drawings for my book. So I actually had to fly to Holland to get those drawings. And yes, that trip was hard on me physically. The weather was super bad in Holland. I don't do well with cold. I don't do well with humidity. So that end of year, it was tough. It was tough. I was stressed about the book release. I was trying to do a big social media campaign for the book release. So I was posting on X, I was posting on Instagram, I was posting shorts, I was posting long form, I was posting on Substack. there was so much content that I did that was being published every other day in the month of December, like leading to the publishing of the book, that I completely burned myself to the ground. And it was my plan to continue with a social media campaign, to continue putting the book out there, to continue making reels and shorts and things like that. But once the holidays arrived and I had people come and stay with me, my dad and my brother came and stayed with me. We had also a daughter of a cousin come and stay with us. So we had a full house and entertaining and cooking for 12 people every day. And I was just exhausted. I was just exhausted with the whole like Christmas and New Year's and all that. And I so completely abandoned social media and barely posted anything at the end of December. And like, this is my first video of January. So I've had a little bit of time off from filming or doing any editing. And so I'm starting to feel that itch to create again, to make videos. So I already have some ideas. I will be filming. You will be getting regular videos. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I am planning on going to Costa Rica with my girls, probably at the end of February. And I am attempting to plan another big trip, this time to Indonesia, to Bali. That will probably, if it happens, will be in May. I'll keep you guys posted. There is no solid plans in place yet, but I am trying, I'm manifesting, let's say. I'm starting to think about it, plan, save money, all that kind of stuff. We'll see how my health is doing because it is such a long journey, like a 40-hour long trip, which is extremely hard on someone who has chronic illness. But it is a dream destination for me. I also been all my life wanting to go to Bali, and I feel that the more I wait to do things, the harder it is. I'm getting older, my health is not getting any better. And so if I can make things happen now, I will make things happen now. And hopefully this summer, I will do lots of camping trips. And if I have the energy, I'll do some van upgrades. So yeah, guys, I think that's it. This video is already super long. And yeah, it's not in favor of the YouTube algorithm to post very long videos, because if people are not watching to the end, your retention rate drops, and that is not good. Thank you so much if you watched this far. And if you watched this far and you're not subscribed, you know what to do. I'll see you guys in the next one.